I actually don't plan on directing the program because the way that I look at this organization is that everyone has a say, and my job as coordinator is just to make sure that the nuts and bolts are up and running, that the machine works, and I want to see my students bring this thing to a place that is unique, that I wouldn't necessarily have thought of. And so I want to see it running and gathering compost and part of a larger scale composting process on the university and within Flagstaff, but really I want to see my students bring it somewhere, and I want to just be there to help them have their voices heard in that process. In the immediate future, I just see it up and running more smoothly, but in the more distant future, say 2-3 years, I see it successfully integrated into a larger scale composting organization or just process on campus, but then also off.
My name is Kat Sullivan. I'm the Sustainability Specialist for Campus Dining, and I'm the point person for the dining component of Vivo Compost. So when the program started up, we coordinated what sites would be online this semester, and I was the bucket finder, really. So, yeah. And it's been great this semester, starting really successful with Bean and Beaker, Scholars, Hotspots soon to be collecting food waste there. So we're doing majority coffee grounds and espresso. Faculty and staff have really jumped on board. It's been really great having the students work with our staff and bridging that gap between staying at NAU and just expanding the program so more of our waste is diverted from the landfill to be a renewed source on campus is great.
What, if any, impact do you think this has on the first-year students?
I think it brings them into the campus community a little more. Some students, if they live on South, they don't get to North very often, so biking through campus, but also students who aren't in the program, they see this bike with a trailer, so it gets them curious, and it gives them something to look forward to. I think Jody made a really great example of how being part of the program is almost like a release from class. So it's like, getting active lifestyle, like makes you more relaxed, but also helps you get more focused. Like you can take a break and get back into work. So yeah, I think it just helps with student engagement in general on campus.
Well, it was really interesting to watch this project grow and develop. It kind of started, at least for me, as like a requirement for class, honestly. Like, I came here because I had to for class, but then it became more than that. It kind of developed into something like I wanted to do, and it was a fun, experience to come here and meet with people, kind of work out the project. And I think it's come really far. We're moving compost. Certain aspects could be better, but I think we've come a long way and people are really enthused.
It's a good getaway from the school aspect of the campus, and after volunteering on a route, I feel awesome.
If I were to ask myself a question about composting, it'd probably be just how my view of compost, I guess, has changed throughout this year. Because coming from Phoenix, we didn't really have much composting ever. We had recycling. So I guess it's just been really interesting to see how we can actually reuse the food that we've gone through and just extra waste that we wouldn't actually think of. And instead of just throwing it away, I try to make something better for our campus and our society.
I didn't think we're going to get too much compost right off the bat, but we have a tremendous amount going down there. It's overflowing with compost. It's off the walls. So hopefully we continue with the garden.
We're taking this down. Compost contains nitrogen, and we dump it in here. Now we can see that. We're gonna mix it with that so that we can get a lot of compost. Get it ready. And here we go. We're gonna mix it a little bit so that we can get it mixed perfectly and we get perfect compost later on.